Hello, everyone. I am Suki. I repeat again, I am Suki. So here I also would like to introduce my another partner. She is Wei Teng. Hi, everyone. So later Wei Teng will continue her part to talk about some topic to continue. And then today's we would like to share with you guys how to choose the right paper. Okay, before our webinar start today, I would like to let you all understand why choosing the right paper are so important. Because you choose the right paper actually is the important element of your project process. Because it could affect the overall perception. Like example, like okay, if you print on uncoated or coated surface, the printing outcome will totally different. So the overview of the product actually is different. Then for reproduction quality, durability, for those, I give an example. Okay, for the product, actually product or goods inside a packaging box, actually could, if your product is heavy, okay, let's say if your product is heavy, but you choose a lighter paper type material, it could not support the weight inside of the product. So this could further cause failure of your project. So you have to understand and choose the correct paper material. And then for the mailing cost, what about the mailing cost? Actually, it's more on courier charge. Courier charge means, okay, let's say if your product inside is very lighter only, actually you no need to choose a very thicker paper material or higher grammage paper material, because this one could further affect the costing, the courier charge, the overall costing maybe will over budget of your project. So you all have to choose correctly during choosing the paper material. Okay, let me start the objective of this webinar. Actually, this webinar is we want to educate you guys to able to understand the variety of paper type, and also added knowledge for the, we will expand for the paper grant but this one is actually is added knowledge for you all only lah. So for the second one, actually we want to ensure you all can able to identify the application that suit the best for your artwork in order to maximize the value of for your final work. Okay, for the next one. Okay, for the agenda of today, actually we will talk about four topics, majorly talk about four topics lah. For the first topic, we will talk about the paper grain direction. Then for paper thickness and weight, paper application, printing outcome on coated and uncoated. These three parts will be carried on by Wei Teng later on. So for paper grain will be explained by me, Suki. So, okay, let's go to paper grain direction, okay? So what is paper grain? Paper grain is something like bonds. Our humans, since we bonds, we have the bonds inside to support our body. So for paper grain, they also were generated during formations of paper. Okay, let's say like this paper, rectangular. This one is called paper fiber direction actually. So we call it paper grain lah. So this one is generated during formations of paper. So why got paper grain? Why paper grain is important? Because actually we will find that we will easier to follow to the paper grain direction. Very easy to fold and without any cracking issue. So if you folding against, okay, against is something like this. I'm not sure you guys can see or not. You can test with your paper lah. So if you fold against, you will find harder to do so, because actually you are folding against the bond. So it will be more harder lah, and will cause another issue. So why paper grain is so important? Okay, let me talk about some Paper grain actually is very important during on packaging box. This one example, packaging box. Actually, we advise the paper grain directions in this way. Why need apply in this way? Okay, during formations of paper box, if you apply in this way, after you open the paper box, actually will be more solid. And if you apply the paper grain direction in vertical, sometimes will create some issue like this, a bit popping issue. But this one will be slightly, depends on customer requirement. Just slightly affected got this issue. Not very big issue lah, but some customer requirement very high. They must consider on paper grain direction. Okay, can understand? Okay, so follow to the next grain direction. Okay, let's say in this rectangle paper, rectangle size paper, we define grain direction as long and short. So how to define long and short? Okay, rectangle paper, if the grain direction, paper fiber direction is in horizontal, in the longer side, we call it long grain. Okay, can understand this part? So if the paper grain forming generated in shorter area, we call it short grain. Okay. So next one. Okay, we have 4 methods to identify paper grain direction. This one is just for sharing purpose, like added knowledge for you all. So for the telling test, folding test, moisten test, drip test, there are 4 tests. Then for the telling test, moisten test, drip test, 3 types of tests. These 3 types of tests is applied on paper type material, while the folding test is majorly applied on cut type material. Okay, so let me explain more on telling test first. Okay, telling test majorly is applied on paper material. So paper material, can you see about the, okay, this paper material, let's say I don't know what is the grain direction. This one is after tear by me. So I know the grain direction actually is in short grain. So when I tear the paper, actually it's very smoothly tear. So if against the grain is very like slanting, you can take A4 papers to test tear, but you don't tear slowly. Slowly for sure, it will become out also straight. You have to directly tear like this. Okay, can you see the result? So this one is straight. This one is one of the method to identify the paper grain, but it's only applied on paper type material. And then for the second one is folding test. Folding test is applied on cut type material. For example, this one is a cut type material. So the grain direction actually is we define as long grain. So it is long grain. Then you have to, okay, you can try fold you can try follow to the grains. And then actually it's very nicely fold and easier to fold. But if you fold against, actually it's very harder and then got some cracking issue. Can you see the cracking issue? Yeah, it's very clear cracking issue. You can try to fold your own paper cut type material. This one is one